what? I'm like, am I washed?
No.
Am I washed? Can I even get to the basket?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bird's Eye View. There is often a ton of debate about the player you want with the ball in their hands when the game is on the line, and Arike Ogunbowale has proven she is that player again and again. But she's in a new chapter of her career where she has to take on a new role, being a vet on a new look Dallas Wings team that is still figuring it out. I think you'll enjoy hearing her navigate it all, from losing games to losing both her point guards to injury. Paige Bueckers will be back soon, but sadly, Ty Harris is out for the remainder of the season. Plus, she weighs in on what's more important, having a great handle or being a great shooter. I think I'm actually still torn on that one. But first up, Sue's View. All right, so to start off today, I'm going to circle back to something I highlighted last week. Both the Lynx and the Liberty are still undefeated at 9-0. And by the time this pod drops, we'll know if the Lynx were able to push that to 10-0. As per history, like I said from last week, we already know that a 9-0 start gives you a great chance to get to the finals. Only one team out of four didn't get there after starting 9-0. And if they get to 10-0, it's basically a foregone conclusion that they'll be in the finals. So now I'm actually just more interested in how long is this going to go. Minnesota plays LA on Saturday, Vegas mid-June, LA again later in June. New York's got Indiana coming up, Atlanta coming up, Phoenix coming up, and then at Seattle on June 22nd. So I got my eyeballs on that. Also from last week with Kate, I called the Valkyries EuroLeague Light, and I just wanted to explain that a little bit. They have about 5 or 6 European players on their roster. There's been some transactions recently. So obviously this is in reference to the makeup of their team, but it's also about the mentality that they bring. The thing about European players and EuroLeague teams is they don't give a shit who you are, okay? I played in EuroLeague for a very long time. I played on some, you think the WNBA teams now have super teams? My teams overseas were like proper super teams. They were crazy talented. And every time we went on the road for a EuroLeague game, you could tell they did not care. They didn't care if they were quote unquote technically less talented. They were well coached, they were versatile, and they made life hell. They also play every possession like it's their last. And I mean that quite literally, whether they are up 20 or whether they are down 20. If there is time on the clock, they are going to play that possession. So much so, if there's a dead ball, teams will call a timeout in that scenario to just get one last play in. Like that is how much they play to the very last horn. So point being, from the jump, I knew this was never going to be an easy team to play against. But to their credit, they're off to a 4-5 start as an expansion team. And they seem to be figuring things out quick. To give you like an understanding of that, the last expansion team only won 5 games total. The bummer about this is some of those European players will be leaving the Valkyries. Julie Van Loo will be playing with Belgium. Cecilia Zandalasini will be playing for Italy in Eurobasket. So they're going to lose them, but they've signed Ariel Powers, who's a vet, who's been waiting to get back in the league. And they also brought back Letitia Mihir. There is one player on the Valkyries who's having career highs across the board that will have to keep it up in order to keep Valhalla going. And that's Veronica Burton. She is averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a half per game. Her shooting percentage isn't actually that high, but she's getting those 12 points on just 8 attempts. And that's because she's averaging almost 6 free throws a game and shoots 90% from the free throw line. So there's that. She's playing super confident and super aggressive, and it's been fun to watch. Last but not least, I just want to send some love to the Vanderquigs. Is that what we're calling them? Allie Quigley has recently officially announced her retirement. She joked about an Irish goodbye. We have been waiting, Allie. So congratulations on an amazing career. I remember when we drafted you in Seattle, you did a quick stint in Phoenix before coming back. We actually got to play together, and you could tell. I loved what you said about Ann Myers telling you that you were going to have a 10 to 15 year career, because there was something. So it was always wonderful to watch you grow in this league and to have the success that you had, the 3-point contests, 6th man of the year, and then ultimately a championship in Chicago. So Allie, congratulations. Sadly, this brings us to the other half. Courtney Vandersloot tore her ACL this past week. Sloot, really just sending you tons of love. You're going to be fine. Now you're in an elite club, so welcome. But of course, really, really, really tough to hear that. But also to both of you, congratulations on your new baby girl, Jenna. Okay, real quick. All-Star voting opened on June 12th. So go vote for your favorites now because the fan vote accounts for 50%. And speaking of, let's get to Miss All-Star MVP herself. Arike Ogunbowale is a 2-time All-Star MVP, 4-time All-Star, 2020 scoring champion, and quietly, an elite defender who led the league in steals last season. She also finds ways to bring her love of soccer into the game, whether the refs like it or not. Do you remember the time you got ejected at halftime?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Remember what happened?
Not the one where...
I'm talking about against us.
Is that when I kicked the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really tried to stop it with my feet. I feel
do you want to explain what happened?
Yeah. So, okay, I play soccer. Like, I'm always juggling the ball and doing this and that. And like, okay, they shot, or I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a long shot. Did you shoot?
Yeah. I shot it from half court.
Yeah.
End to half.
And then like the ball was coming. So I stuck my foot out. And it just so happened to get misdirected and go into the stands. Like,
you know what's funny about that moment? I know. I remember. And what's funny about that moment is we didn't know until we came back out.
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't, because like, throw the ball, our locker room was like the other way. So we're all just walking back. And then we come out, they're like, all right, Arike's done. She's not playing there. And we were like, what? She got ejected? We were like, what?
No.
We were also like, yes.
Yeah.
But we were like, wait, what happened? We had no idea. And then they showed us afterwards.
Did it look like I kicked it?
No, it looked like you what you said.
Stuck my foot out.
It looked like you stuck your foot out and just... And it was coming fast and it just pew.
Yeah.
So you got on that one.
I really did.
So I bring that up, well, A, because I was there, but also because I don't know if you know, but something we have in common is I played soccer also and kind of
really?
had to make a choice.
Yeah.
So for me, it was after my sophomore year in high school. And it was just that moment where it was like, all right, you need to focus now.
Right.
So I'm just curious, like, what was your soccer career? How serious were you in it?
Yeah. I would skip like AAU tournaments for soccer tournaments.
Soccer?
Yeah. Like, I was traveling all over, and I won some state championships. And then I stopped after freshman year. Like, I went to high school, and they wanted me to do both, and I'm just like, I don't.
You're also in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you got to do the elements.
Yeah,
you were
I know.
in the cold.
Yeah, I know, right? But it was fun. Like, playing in the rain, playing in the cold. You wear your gloves. Like, it was just fun.
You had the turtleneck.
But it got to the point where I didn't feel like doing all that anymore, and like I just had to stick to basketball. But soccer definitely like. I always tell, like, if I talk to parents and stuff, like, have your kids play, like, especially my brother, too. He plays NFL. Yeah. Like, just the footwork you had to work on, like, shielding your body. That's probably why I get all these offensive fouls. But, like, being able to keep people off you, like, I feel like soccer helps so much. But it was definitely a hard choice. Soccer's fun. Yeah,
soccer is fun. And I agree. I would say the same thing, advice-wise. Like, play as many sports as you can. And I do like soccer because of, like, the footwork. And the other thing I feel like I noticed was, like, later in my career, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I did learn kind of like my like spatial awareness, like how to like be like in formation, I guess, with other people. I feel like you learn that in soccer also.
Even kind of passing, like you like to lead, like that's like the same as basketball type thing. Just like knowing where to place it, where your team's gonna be. Yeah, that's fact.
Was there ever like a moment where, was it always basketball or?
Yeah, it was just really just basketball and soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you already brought up your brother. So I imagine that you just had a lot of influence. You have a super athletic family. Your mom played softball, I read. Your brother Dare is on the Texans. Your cousin, Diamond, he was a McDonald's All-American with you.
Yeah, he was really good. He was like top 5 in the country at a point.
Yeah, so I guess the question is like, who was giving who the buckets? Like who growing up? Like what?
Growing up, it was definitely my brothers and my cousin. But now if me and my brother played, it's definitely me, for sure. For sure.
Hopefully he's watching this.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, it was very competitive growing up, for sure.
Yeah, I know. So what's that like to have like your sibling who's also a professional athlete? How did he influence you? How did he influence you growing up?
I mean, his story's kind of different because I was always like top 5 in the country, like best in the state. And he was like, well, he played soccer, like, so he didn't really switch to playing football till like sophomore year of high school. Like,
high school?
Yeah, so he was a walk-on. Like, he was a walk-on at Wisconsin.
Okay.
Didn't get a scholarship till like his last year, wasn't drafted, and he's like been in the league for like 8 years. So like really just watching him grind, like, because I mean, like I said, I was always top, so I knew I would get certain things, but he literally had to work from the bottom at every situation he was at. So just kind of seeing him, like, made me hungry, just watching like two different, stories, but we both ended up in the same place, which is amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like a mindset.
Yeah.
That's cool. The other thing I think is cool is that, again, you're both pro athletes. So I see you on social media with each other all the time and just like the support. So what is it like to have somebody who's essentially going through very similar things at the same time?
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, he's 3 years older than me. So like when I got to the league, I took his financial advisor, did everything that he did. Like, I'm like, all right, I really don't even have to think about it because if he's doing it, I'm going to do it. And he'll tell me to do it. Like, and I trust him, obviously. So it's super easy for me being the younger sibling. I'm sure it's different for him, but I literally just can follow and do exactly what he does. And he's a really smart guy. And like I said, we're only 3 years apart, so he's like my best friend. He knows days where he should like not respond or not do anything. And parents, they're gonna be doing it. So he's like, I know mom's probably on your phone. Like, I'll talk to you later. So like he just understands me. I know I can go, talk to him about the ins and outs. And like he knows the league. Like he probably knows every single player in the league, like whenever he plays. And so he watches and everything. Yeah. So just having that is definitely a blessing in that relationship.
Yeah. All right. So you obviously have a standout career in high school. You're getting recruited. You ultimately choose Notre Dame. What was tell me about your recruitment.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I really liked Ohio State.
Oh.
I had a ball on my visit.
So who was there?
Coach McGuff.
McGuff, okay.
Yeah, and like Kelsey was there, and her dad was an assistant coach. I had that was my favorite visit. It was so fun. Yeah.
Well, what about
partying? I wasn't partying in Milwaukee, so
you're just like, I like to know it's an option.
Frats and all that. I'm like, golly, like y'all be out here lit. So I went there like the week before my Notre Dame visit, and I actually didn't have fun on my Notre Dame visit. I was asleep at the football game. Like they definitely didn't think I was committed there. Like when I committed, everybody was so surprised. But I think just like the coaches and just like how they were with me, and they would always pull up and. It just felt like it was a home away from home kind of, and it was close, like 3.5 hours away. But obviously, academics, both of my parents work like teacher and a principal, so they definitely wanted me to go to a good school. But yeah, just kind of had everything I needed.
Wait, so who was your host when you went to Notre Dame?
Jewel.
Okay,
and then she ended up leaving.
So that's exactly where I was going with this, because as I was kind of just like researching some stuff and checking out different stats and like your college career, all of a sudden it clicked. And I interviewed Jewel a couple weeks ago now. All of a sudden it clicked. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she was supposed to be
there. So you went to Notre Dame thinking you were going to be in the backcourt
she was going to be a senior and I was going to be a freshman, So
were you, when she decided to leave, were you bummed? Did you care? I mean, sometimes when you're young, you don't realize.
Yeah, I really didn't realize. I was just like, okay, like, I'm not going to know any of these other girls. It's not like I know her, but I definitely was looking forward to playing with her. Like, obviously she was, but then a part of me was like, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe I'll get to play, but that kind of was rough in the beginning, but I ended up playing after a while. But yeah, I was like iffy. Like I definitely wanted to play with her, but I mean, I understood she ended up going number one. So yeah. So I guess it worked out.
It worked out for her. What do you mean it was rough? Freshman year was rough?
Yeah. Came off the bench. I was expecting to start. You top 5, like getting recruited by everybody. Like I'm about to come in and play. I was playing behind like Madison Cable and Hannah Huffman. Like. That's no shade to them. It's just like, shout out to them. Like, they were great. And then Marina's sister, Michaela, too. Yeah. Shout out Michaela. I love her. But,
Man, you played with both Mabrys.
Yeah, I played with
Oh, you were surrounded.
They used to be in the locker room fighting.
That's that New Jersey.
Yeah, I was so happy I didn't have a sister. Literally just watching them. I'm just like, wow, this is a lot.
But really what happened? So you're playing behind these players.
Yeah.
What's that like in practice every day?
I mean, it's tough because it's like you're thinking that you should be playing. Like you're thinking like I could have went to any school and probably started. Like, and it's easy to not trust the process because it's just all these voices in your head. And at that point, you're 18. Like I'm supposed to be playing in the game. Like literally, there was games I'm playing single digits. Like I was just like, what is this? Like I wanted to leave. I knew my parents were never gonna let me leave. Yeah. But I was just chatting like I was gonna get out of there. But it was definitely a rough freshman year for sure.
Well, when you look back on your numbers, it is pretty crazy because like you go from freshman to junior year, and in those 3 years, it was just like a steady increase. Obviously, the minutes increased, which stands out right away. But even your numbers, like you go, I mean, listen, your freshman year, you averaged, I think it was like 19 or 20 minutes. Yeah. So it wasn't like terrible, but I hear what you're saying. But you still averaged double digits.
Yeah.
And then you go from 11 your freshman year, 16, then 21 your junior year. So
good jumps.
Yeah. No, I know. You like steady. Yeah. And then senior year was about the same as junior.
Right.
But for those 3 years, because that's going to lead to the national championship, like how would you characterize your growth from one year to the next?
Yeah, it was huge. Like after I got over sulking about not playing, like I was like, all right, Coach McGraw is a Hall of Fame coach. Like I'm obviously not playing for a reason. So I was chubby my freshman year. If you could look back at like freshman year of high school, I was eating good in Milwaukee. So it's like after freshman year, I went home. Like my mom, because you have those 2 months before you have to go back. So like I literally lost like 15 pounds. I was in the gym like 2 times a day. Like there's a gym across the street from me. So my dad had the key to it. So I was literally in the gym like 2-3 times a day. Came back, lost 15 pounds, and just like got better. Like I was with my trainer Darrell, who was like my best friend. So we could go to the gym at any point, and we were just grinding for that whole 2 months. So I think that's where I really like locked in. All right, this is what you're gonna do. You know what you want to do. Like now it's up to you to do it, type thing.
Was there anything that you changed or added to your actual game, or was it just like?
Yeah, definitely. I would do heavy ball a lot. Like that summer, I literally like not just like the the basketball heavy ball. I was using like the, what are they called? The little balls that you actually use in the gym.
Like a medicine ball.
Yeah, medicine ball. Like I was.
Oh, you were using a medicine ball.
I was using a medicine ball.
That thing doesn't bounce.
I have videos too. Like it doesn't bounce. So I'm like
boom.
everything I did with the regular ball, I would do it with the heavy ball, and then I'd do the regular ball. So my handle got so tight that summer, and just more shots and stuff like that. But definitely like getting my handle right was big.
Okay, so I actually have this argument with a friend of mine often, and it's like, what do you think is more important, having a tight handle or being a great shooter? Like, especially when it comes to your game. Like, which gets you the other?
That's really tough. I think shooting would probably edge it out, but like how I'm guarded, I need to be able to maneuver. So it's like
create space.
It's kind of 50-50 because you got to be able to knock the shot down, but I'm not really open a lot where it's just like knock it down, but I have to be able to knock that one down. But just like getting out of traps and hedges, like I have to be able to have that tight handle. So that's tough. What do you think?
So I think it's like if I could only have one, man, I know it is tough.
It's tough.
I said ball handling because I was like similar.
As a point guard.
Yeah, I was like, if I can't dribble, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Or it's like if I could shoot, if I can't shoot as well,
then
I'll figure that out.
Or not sag off.
Yeah, but I could like figure that out as long as I had a handle.
True.
But it is a tough question. That's why I want to ask it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an answer.
Right.
But take it back to Marina for a second. Because you guys have a special relationship.
Yeah.
It's really cool to watch, watch you in college. Then you played with each other in Dallas a couple of years ago. So like, what's your guys' bond like?
Yeah, I mean, we lived together for junior and senior year in an apartment with
God.
actually dogs. Like we end up like 2 weeks after we moved in, we both got dogs. Like it was actually horrible.
In college?
In college, yeah, our junior
year.
Who
allowed you to do that?
We had freedom. That's our first, because the first 2 years we were on campus.
Okay.
So we moved off campus and just went wild. But yeah, that's like my sister, my best friend. Like just like, because we kind of had the same similar thing. Like we both didn't start. We both were top recruits coming in. So like we were in the gym a lot too. Like when we got back after that break, we went home. Like me and her were in the gym a lot, and we kind of built that chemistry. But yeah, we kind of going through similar situations right now a little bit. So
she was talking shit then too?
Yeah, always.
It's just always been.
And we would have the best, like, anytime we play pickup in the summer, like we're so competitive, we want to be on different teams. So like we'll make the team stay in there, play like 8-10 games because we just, one will win. You know, we both don't want to leave on a loss. So yeah, she's one of the most competitive people, and she definitely influenced me a lot too. Like she's such a hard worker. Like her whole family, like they just work. And I kind of saw that my freshman year, and I got in the gym with her too. But like, yeah, she's a great person, great competitor, like super, super competitive. Super competitive, and she really knows ball. Like her basketball IQ is really high. So yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, I mean, so that brings us to the run, the infamous 2018 NCAA run. Heading in to that tournament, because like your freshman year, I think you guys lost in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Then you creeped up, a loss in the Elite 8.
Yeah,
your sophomore year, both times to Stanford. I saw that.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh my God! Wait, both times at Rupp Arena, Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
So both times were in Kentucky. Okay. So now it's your junior year. You've kind of experienced that your first 2 years. How did you feel going into that tournament? Personally,
honestly, yeah. I mean, we kind of were underdogs because like we had 3 ACL tears that year. So it's like we literally were playing 6 people. So as a player that likes to shoot, like Coach McGraw literally had no choice but to leave me, Marina, Jackie, and like we could be doing anything. It's like we literally played 6 people. So I think having the freedom really helped us because like we would make a lot of stupid mistakes, and Coach McGraw would probably look down at the bench and be like, shit, who am I about to put in? So it's just like, I think just having that freedom, but we also had trust with the coach, and we would never cross the line. Obviously we respect Coach a lot, but yeah, that run was crazy. Like we weren't not expecting to win, but I don't think people were expecting this because we only had a couple players. We had undefeated teams coming into the, Final Four, and we always lost to UConn. That was our first time ever beating UConn. Like, every time we played them in the December time, they literally bust us. So, like, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so you had, like you said, you did have a lot of injuries, but it's interesting looking back now when you look at that roster, you have 5 WNBA players, like current. So there's you, Marina, Jessica Shepard's back in league now, Breezy Turner, and Catherine Westbelt.
Yes, Catherine.
So, like, how old is she? She's
a year older than me, and it's her first time in the league.
Yes, and a rookie.
And she's playing, like, it's crazy how the league works. You can be out the league for 7 years. Now you a active starter on a good team. Like, the league is insane. That's why it's like, when people get cut, I'm like, bro, you can literally be in the league next year and literally get starter minutes. Like, you never know. Sure. You just got to keep working.
I know. How hype are you for her?
Yeah, that was amazing. And then her sister's in the league the same year. Like, that's so dope for her family. But she deserves it. She's always been working. Even, after she graduated, she played overseas. She would be in different leagues and she never stopped. So I love that she's finally getting this opportunity.
That's cool. All right. So back to the run. We get to the Final Four. You get to the Final Four. Listen, everybody knows. It's back-to-back buzzer beaters. I actually saw a quote you had where you were like, yeah, I love when March comes around. I'm reminded of this like amazing.
I'm getting tagged every time. Like,
and you will forever, because this is like, I don't know that anyone's ever going to have that happen to them again. I mean, it's okay to have, or it's one thing to have one buzzer beater, but back to back. So that's pretty incredible, especially the national championship one. It's like literally one of the craziest also. Yeah. So I want to kind of go through, not like deep dive, but I just interviewed Jackie recently. So during the semifinal, Jackie actually balled out.
Yeah, she went crazy. She had like 32.
Yeah,
like
she went crazy. And she described it as knowing going into the game that UConn probably wasn't going to guard her. They were going to give her the shot. And the first thing she said when I asked her, like, what changed going into that game? She was like, Arike was in the locker room hyping me up. She's like, her quote was, I remember her gassing me in the locker room before, just go shoot it, have fun, be you.
Yeah.
How did you know to do that? Like, what did you see in her? Or did you just know how they were going to guard her?
Yeah. I mean, Jackie's been a killer, but like, she's just always used to be like kind of shyish. Like, she's really good, but she kind of didn't really have that confidence. I mean, that's how I would describe it. But like, I just know like they were backing up off her because like she wouldn't shoot it a lot, but like, she could shoot it. We saw it in practice. So I was just in the locker room like, hey, listen, like, they sag off, shoot it. Like, nobody's going to care. Shoot the ball. Like, we literally need you to shoot the ball. We need you to score. And you very capable of doing that. So just go crazy. Like, we all behind you. And she really did that.
All right. So then now we get to the end of the game. Just take me through the play.
Yeah. So this is the championship, right?
No, sorry. So semifinals, still against UConn.
Okay, yeah.
We're now at the end of the game. Is it tied?
Yeah, it was tied because we were in overtime. Because me and Jackie both missed free throws after not missing free throws the whole game.
Yeah.
It was actually crazy.
Yeah.
We were up 5 points with 21 seconds left. That was the most, like, I really couldn't believe that comeback. Just 21 seconds ago, Marina was popping her jersey. And now we going into overtime. Like, I was like livid on the bench. Like,
that could stun you. So how did you guys handle the overtime?
No, they were talking me off a cliff at like when it was in the bench. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, we never beat them. I'm like, we're giving them another chance. 5 more minutes, like we had the game. Like,
all right, so you go into the overtime.
Yeah,
so we'll get to the shot in a second. Then now we're in the overtime real fast. How did you? Okay, you're going crazy. Now it's time to play the overtime. Is there a moment where somebody settles you down? You settle yourself down? Like, how does that work for you?
It was definitely the team. Like Marina, Coach Niel, like they definitely. Because I couldn't even think of nothing but we blew it. I'm like, it's over. Like, I couldn't even think ahead to the overtime. I'm like, it's over. But we got it together. I got it together at least.
Okay, so end of overtime, tie game.
Yeah, so.
Y'all's ball.
Yeah, what was going on? Like, I think, who was it? Marina or Jess, like, drove a little bit. And then she had the ball. And then, like,
I was like,
she was looking for me and gave it to me, And then they switched. And Gabby was on me. And it didn't look like I was getting past her. Like, her arms were like this. And then somebody came and screened. And then Fee switched on me. And then, like, I was already kind of going downhill. So I just did a little in and out and shot and it went in. But they definitely almost hit that shot when they hit it to Katie Lou. Yeah. And I'm telling people to scoot up. I'm just so shocked. I didn't even know what to do. I held no defense. And Katie really, really could have hit that shot.
Yeah, I know. Jackie talked about that also. She was like, we almost celebrated too much.
No, we were all jumping around. That ball just went over our heads. Yeah. I think the only person that was back was Jess. Like, if Jess wasn't back there and contested, she probably would have hit that shot.
You know what I love about your shot there's a lot of things actually, but something that's kind of like a detail that people might not notice. You had to take what was available. So a lot of people I think nowadays get caught up in that, like players get caught up at times like in the analytics of the game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, because in that scenario now, you might think to yourself like, oh, I'm right by the 3-point line.
Right.
Let me just step back.
Right.
And you just like had to take the best thing.
Right.
Like that's where analytics, I always have this argument with people like, sometimes it has to go out the door.
Yeah.
You have to be
For sure.
open to all of it.
For sure.
So to sell out to it, you never would have pulled.
Yeah.
You might have driven or you might have stepped back.
Right.
So I like that about it. You just like took what was available.
Right.
So now we move on to the final.
Yeah.
Right. You get your team to the finals. And that game was crazy.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. So now take me to that game. I'm going to quote Jackie again because
said.
the setup here is Jackie's now inbounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Previous game, she was on the opposite side corner, crashing in. If you miss, she said she was going in though. So now Jackie's inbounding it. And the way she explained it, you know what? Jackie's inbounding it. Do you remember?
Yeah, we talked. I'm like, if you can't get it to her, pass me the ball. Basically, I'm like,
okay, that's exactly what she said.
What she said.
Yeah, that you were going, or she was looking for Jess Shepard.
Yeah, because Big T, she fouled out, so they put a rookie post in. So we like go to her, but then the coach's daughter, I forgot her name. She like right when Jackie got the ball, she backed up, so you couldn't pass it to Jess. But her issue was she probably should have tried to do like when I ran past, she pushed up on Jackie, and Jackie was out to play.
But regardless, so you kind of have to remix. Your whole team remixes.
Yeah.
You get the ball and you're driving towards the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, are you even thinking anything at that point?
I mean, I just know the time's going down. Like.
Yeah. So it's almost like clear mind.
Yeah. It's just like.
And you're like, I got to get it up.
I took a couple of dribbles. It's like, you got to shoot it. Like, you got to shoot at this point. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. It really was. So yeah, you have amazing moments, life-changing moments.
For sure.
I've heard you talk about Kobe. You know, well, it started with the tweet.
Yeah.
Where he gave you some love. You went on the Ellen show.
Yeah, and then I
he
met
surprises
Kobe.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, are you? Is this like out of body at this point?
No, it really was. Like, and I'm still in college, so it's like I flew to LA, like had a hotel. Then I met him, and then
You're like, I got a hotel.
No, right, seriously, like a driver.
Yeah.
And then after that, I do Dancing with the Stars, and I'm literally dance partners with me in South Bend all week. And then I fly to LA, like first class. They give me a hotel, a car, money. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
I know. I heard. So I heard you got money.
I did get paid.
Yeah, like
they said
over
like
100,
if
right?
I won. It was because my dancing ability, so they made it like it wasn't like for my sports. Yeah, but it was like $115K.
What'd you do with it?
I bought a lot of stuff. I saved, but
what
I
was
definitely
like the first?
I was shopping in LA. I bought some shoes for like $500. Like I don't even know where they are now. Like
need to get them bronzed.
Yeah,
first big purchase.
But yeah, it was great.
Did you ever think about what your life would have been if NIL was a thing?
I
in
try
that
not
moment?
to because it
Okay.
hurts.
Fair.
It hurts.
You know what? I hear you.
It hurts.
Sometimes the same.
Like
sometimes the same.
Even if it isn't like the big things, like. Just imagine what you'll get in your own town, like not even the national stuff, and that probably would have happened too. Like,
no, it would have been crazy.
They're blessed now.
Yeah,
that's great though. At least my kids will get to experience it.
So the next year is your senior year, 2019. You guys get back to the finals. I know you don't want to talk about it, but do you still think about like that moment, the free throws that sadly you missed, which kind of gave Baylor the win? Do you think about that often?
Literally. I say that in my head every time I shoot a free throw.
Really? What do you say?
I just like especially if I'm shooting, it'll be like 2 shots. It'll be like, I think like national championship, like, cause I missed one, made the other. So like literally I think it's PTSD. Literally every time I shoot a free throw, I think of missing that free throw.
Wow.
It's sad. That's kind of sad, but it's like, I shoot pretty well, but it's just like, I literally think of it every time I shoot my free throws.
So are you thinking about it? When you think about it, is it motivating you in a way that like focuses you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know. Some people like to beat themselves up.
No, it's not that. It's like,
and
like I'm
them.
nervous about it. It's just like, you've been in this moment, like you can knock these down, like, cause you did it before. So it's just like, it locks me in for sure.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Cause yeah, that is interesting. So is there more pressure on those free throws or more pressure on Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing with the Stars, that was actually the most nerve-wracking thing ever. Cause it's just like,
could imagine.
Like I'll play in front of whoever, like I'm so comfortable, but it's like,
you're like, I don't know how to dance. I mean, not that you know how to dance. But
but not that.
Salsa,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like not the tango.
Yeah.
Like that was actually insane. It definitely gained some respect for these dancers because that's a lot.
Yeah, but you
all
got
that
to wear. Were you wearing those $500 sneakers? Weren't you wearing sneakers?
Yeah, I wore sneakers for one of them. I had to wear heels for I did the foxtrot. Like, why am I doing the foxtrot? But it was cool. Like, it was an experience. But like,
you'll get to show your kids when they're making all that NIL money. You'll be like, but did you do this?
I did this for 100K.
Yeah, they're gonna be laughing at you. Only for 100K, Mom. Oh my God. All right, so senior season ends. We got the draft. You go 5th. Well, first of all, like walk me through draft day.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know where I was going. I really thought I was going 6 to Minnesota.
Okay.
And like I just did something with USA where Cheryl was coaching. So like I kind of had a relationship with her. Like we were cool there. And I'm like, I'm probably gonna go to Minnesota. I don't even remember talking to Dallas. I think I talked to him once, but like I wasn't expecting getting picked at 5.
Really?
And I didn't know anything about Dallas or Texas.
Wait. So you didn't think you were gonna get picked higher? There wasn't a part of you that's like a little maybe like mad that you didn't go higher?
Honestly, not really. Like I really thought I was going 6. Like I kind of had my mind made up. Like, I don't know. I didn't expect, because I knew Jackie was going to go number 1, like, because I was hearing that everywhere. Yeah. And then Asia, you know, she was really good at the time. So like I knew she was going to go too. And then after that, I had no idea.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, like assumed. Nah. Given how it played out, and there's like some good players that went ahead of you. It's not like but it was like
our draft was pretty good.
Tierra McCowan went ahead of you, and then teammate now.
Who was 4?
Katie Lou.
Oh, Katie Lou.
And then you, and then Fee.
Yeah.
By the way, if you go 2nd, you could have been in New York.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm like, the thing is, I like New York, but I'm from Wisconsin. Like, I'm not a city girl. I hate walking. Like, I really hate walking. So that's actually number 1. I hate walking. So it just, I don't know if that would have been the lifestyle for me at the time.
Okay, so Dallas kind of fit.
It really made sense.
Lifestyle-wise.
Yeah, it
okay, so when you got there, did you like forget on the court, we'll get to that in a second, but like off the court, did you acclimate pretty quickly?
Yeah, I loved it. Like there was food spots on every corner. Like Milwaukee didn't have that. It was just like open space. Like it was cool. The people were cool. Like it was a simple, quiet life. Like I liked it a lot.
Okay, so what was the adjustment like for you on the court then?
It was tough because I was playing point guard. And I actually will always remember Seattle. Like, you guys trapped me at, like, half court my rookie year. I think I probably had, like, 5-6 turnovers. It was here. I don't know what arena it was in 2019. Yeah. It might have been at Washington.
Yeah, it was at UW.
Yeah. I will always remember that. That was, like, my welcome to the league game because I was getting trapped everywhere, and I was turning it over.
Yeah. That was that Gary Kloppenberg special. Yeah. Coach Klopp loved the trap.
That was rough.
Okay, so would you say like the phicality of the league, or maybe in that scenario, like maybe like the IQ, like
it was
the thinking
more
ahead?
IQ for me because I felt up to speed, like I felt strong enough, but it was just like players were smart. Like I just felt like players were always one step ahead. Like I needed to watch more film and just learn. Like so that first month was rough. First 2 months, but then that last month I figured it out and you know I started killing. But it definitely was the IQ part for sure.
So what do you think you figured out?
Just the game, like I was getting a lot of fouls too, and just like I don't know, I just felt like I said, players just were one step ahead. They kind of knew what was coming, but I don't know, it just started clicking for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely clicked because you averaged 19 your rookie year, which is not the norm.
Right.
You're obviously a scorer coming from college, but even still, there's usually like an adjustment. So I'm curious, when it did click for you, did you find that like what you were good at and what got you success in college was similar, or did you have to change anything about how you scored?
Kind of not really. Like, I feel like I had the opportunity to score more, honestly. Like, because I mean, there's 3 seconds in the lane, so it's I kind of felt like I had a lot more space and just like was able to kind of do more one-on-one stuff. Because you know, in college, like, you're running the plays, you're running the system, but a lot of this, it turns into pick and roll sometimes. And you have more like ISO times type thing without your coach, like being like, swing it. So yeah, I think like the open floor definitely helped.
Longer shot clock in college too. So it's exactly. A lot of
so it's just like, it was kind of my type of game. Like there's a lot of stretches in WNBA where it turns into pickup because you might not run a play. Like you might just got to get to the basket, figure something out. So I definitely like that.
Okay. And do you think that approach has stayed similar as through like the course of your career? And obviously you add to your game and you get better at stuff, but
I think I learned more to be able to like pick and choose now. Like I know I have to pick and choose. Like, I mean, sometimes I still make my mistakes, but it's like, I know it's like all right, this time you might need to slow this down, or this time you might need to push it. I think I'm kind of learning that more.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing the WNBA does is it, it's the league itself, the defenses, what they're going to do is they're going to take away whatever you like to do.
Yeah,
and then it's about figuring out like the second, third, fourth thing you can go to. And it feels like you're starting to do that. I think another aspect of your game that I'm curious about is how do you balance like the ability to score at a very high clip. I mean, you had 37 the other night, with getting your teammates involved.
Yeah.
Like, how do you approach that? Because very quickly, like for me, I'm really intrigued by this because for me, I was the opposite. It was like, I'm getting everybody involved and then I got to balance my scoring. Yeah. So it's kind of I'm curious like what that mindset is when the scoring is first.
Yeah. It's definitely sometimes tough. I mean, like, I think it'll always be tough, like when you're a scorer, just because like, you have to get your team involved. And there's a lot of times where it's like, there's shots you might want to take, even if somebody else is coming, but you're like, you got to swing it. But it does help having like very capable scorers around where it's like, go get it, go get after it. And I think like as years go by, like I'm definitely learning that more and seeing my team more. Like I feel like I've always seen the floor more, but I think it's more so like we can't really win without each other. So it's like, you get open, I get open. At the end of the day, you assisting opens you up more because now they're going to be scared of the next pass. And now, you know how it goes. So it's like, I think, year by year, I'm getting better at that, kind of seeing the floor more better.
Okay. Do you watch film for that?
Yeah, I've definitely, like, as years gone by, watched a lot more film and just, especially like when you play a team, like how they guarded you or like, all right, did I miss this person or, they going to trap this and hedge this? Like, who do I have? Like that type of stuff.
Okay. So I don't know if you saw this during the NBA playoffs, but there was like this crazy stat for Tyrese Halliburton where I'm not going to get the stat right, but it was something crazy on if he makes his first shot, like the team wins. He averages plus 7 points, like shoots this, that. All right. So that's my question.
I do believe that.
When do you know right away if like you're about to have like one of those games? Like you can just feel it right away?
It's most times, yes. Okay. Like, and sometimes it's like,
what does it feel like?
I know, right? Most times, yeah. Like if it's like, and a lot of that for me, honestly, comes from like getting in passing lanes. Cause it's like, if I feel like I'm, getting steals, getting stops, like my juice is flowing kind of. So it's like, that's really on me. Like how aggressive are you going to start on defense? Or like if my man is scoring a lot, like sometimes a lot of stuff, that means I'm clearly a step behind and I'm not really on my game. So like, as much as I score, like I feel like my best games are when like my defense is kind of like I'm really locked into it. Like, all right, I'm trying to steal this. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to do that type thing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about how you led the league in steals.
Yeah, it was
year.
so quiet.
Yeah,
I know I was never going to be on the all this defensive team, but I was definitely proud of that one.
Yeah, like how do you feel about that? Because like where Dallas is right now, 2025, you guys, brand new coach, brand new team essentially, and you're in that like growing pain phase, which is tough.
Pain.
And you've gone from, being this elite scorer to a little bit of a slower start. We're gonna get a little more into that later, but do you want to like side eye people? Like, yo, I am impacting the game in other ways. Like what do you not?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting talked about since rookie year. So I've kind of year by year learned to like just let it go because they're going to speak whether you're doing good or doing bad. But sometimes you just want to say like, are y'all not actually watching? Like, but I know it's like once you get that, score mentality, it's like, oh shit, she's scoring 11, 12. Like what's wrong over there? It's like, I don't think people, and like you said, we're going to get into it, but I don't think people really understand like, that's like you working a 9 to 5 and you go and you have a whole new boss, a whole new system, a new Excel format, and that you got to pick up and learn. It's like, and it's like, it's not NBA. We literally have 2-3 weeks with each other. And it's like, you getting a whole new team, whole new coach. It's like, I've been in this league for 6 years, new team. Like I was just with a team for 2 years. Like it's been kind of easy for me but we're also adding other players and better players. So like, I've been trying to have to give myself grace too. Cause I mean, that's not a start that I'm used to too. Like, I'm used to scoring, doing this. And it's just like, I do have to understand that this is a whole new everything. It's like, it's not, always just going to be like, I couldn't have thought it was going to be like that. But me being a competitor and me just knowing how hard I work, it's like, I want it to be like that. Like I wanted to come in and do exactly what I wanted to do. But I'm kind of just like, all right, this is just what's going to be the process. And I just got to stick with it and, just figure it out as a team. So it's definitely been tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just get into it.
But yeah,
I like it. I'm going to stay on your track.
Yeah.
So now that you're in this position, like with this new team, with this new coach, like, is there a way, what messages are you passing along to the team? Because the WNBA season is interesting. It's you have to buy into the mentality of it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but it is short.
Exactly.
So it's like both things are happening. So I'm curious, like you've played obviously in this league for a while. Like what is the inside, what's happening on the inside of the locker room in a season like this when you start this way?
Yeah. I feel like it's just like, you know, every couple games, because it's like we're 7 games in. So it's like, you're like,
I know, 7. It's like
I know, right?
nothing.
But then it's like once you get to 11, that's 25% of the season. So it's just like, you're like, you know, we're still early, it's still early, but I feel like one more week, it's like, all right, we're, you know, 1/4 in. Like, how early is it till it's like All-Star? Now we're halfway, and it's just like the time just really goes by. So even though it's like early, there's still like a certain urgency where it's like we got to kind of figure it out, because like the league isn't stopping for us. They're not stopping to see, all right, is Dallas gonna figure out? We're gonna take it easy. Like people gonna see us on the schedule, see our record, and be like, let's go get this win. Like right now, we look like an easy win on the schedule, but we have the pieces, so it's like, it's kind of giving grace, but kind of it's like, all right, we might need to lock in more mentally and just figure it out, because like it's going to be gone before you know it, you know?
So in these first 7 games, what have you seen, like from a positive standpoint? Like what have you seen? What areas of growth have you seen this team take some steps in?
I think the best thing is that we actually like each other, because, you know, you've been in these situations where it's like, basketball's going sucky, and I also can't stand the person next to me. It's like, I don't even want to be here. So it's like, I love that, you know, we all get along, and that it's like, all right, we in this together type thing. We're struggling, but we're struggling together type thing. So I definitely appreciate that. But I've seen, you know, like me and Paige, I think if we're talking like, you know, just chemistry wise, I think we had our best game with each other, like right before she got the concussion. Like, I think we were playing off each other well. So hopefully that comes back. But I think we're all kind of learning each other. And it's like, you watch like a Minnesota and New York, and it's like, even though people all kind of run the same stuff, it's like they know each other's tendencies. So like, I'll see our slip ups where it's like, oh, I thought she was gonna roll, I thought she was gonna pop, but it's like, let's see Courtney and Fee, they know she about to pop here and roll here, and they can kind of like figure that out. So I think like once we get that on court better chemistry, where we know each other's game, we kind of know where we like the ball, like things will click more, because like that on court chemistry is definitely important. And you know, it's like, you knew where Stewie was gonna be, you knew where Jewel wanted it, like you can place it there, and it's just like, it's just kind of second nature. Like even if a play breaks down, you guys know each other, and we're still, you know, kind of figuring that out.
And that doesn't happen in 1 month.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand.
They don't understand that.
They
it's
don't
like
get that.
Training camp is so short. Half the time you have people that aren't even making the team. You don't literally finalize the team until the day before the game. Like it was Thursday, we played Friday. So it's like you probably have one shoot around with your real team, like one workout with your real team. So it's not as easy as people see. So I know like it's like it kind of looks bad, but it's like we're trying.
No,
we're trying to figure it out. I know you know, but I'm just saying 100%. In general.
Yeah. So you bring up Paige. What has it been like having her on the team so far?
She's great. I mean, she's really, you know, everything that people say. She's a definitely humble person, loves basketball, you know, basketball's first, you know, Karen, just a great person to be around. And you know, too, you know, you guys, UConn relationship, but she's a great person, and she's going to be in this league for a long time, and she's definitely mature for her age for sure.
So what aspects of her game, like, are you seeing so far that you think will allow for her to have like long-term success?
The midi.
Yeah,
I think she's
her shit is automatic.
She got the midi perfected. Like it's so clean too. It's just like, oh, you want to run out? I got the midi. Like I'm not about to try to Euro step and get to the basket. Like I'm just gonna stop here and pop the midi, and like that's so hard to guard. So I think like her having that, and obviously because she can shoot from far, but her having that midi is definitely huge for sure.
Yeah. Is there any advice you've been able to give her? Just like that vet advice?
I mean, I kind of was talking to her a lot like in college too, like just like be more aggressive, because here it's like you need to score. Like you need to score. Like, and you're a scorer. I know like she has that, you know, mindset, but I think people saw like, especially in that run, like she started going crazy. Like she was looking really good. So it's just like, be aggressive, like score, like, and nobody will ever get mad you doing this, taking shots, because it's like, that's what we need from you, truly.
So you've added Paige, you have a whole bunch of new players like we already mentioned. How are you blending, like, I would describe you as like a, kind of like a free-flowing, like creative player. You know, like you're, to me, when I watch you, you're playing off feel. Yeah. Like I don't even know, you might get the ball in certain spots off plays from time to time, of course. But then after that, it's just like a feel thing. And I'm curious if you feel like you're able to keep that part of you, like while being a vet? Because what that means on a team that is new is it means leadership and it means like ownership in a different way. And you're probably maybe like being kind of like a connector at times. And so are you finding you're still able to like get creative out there?
Yeah, I think I'm growing through that too. Cause I mean, it's not like I'm 10, 12-year vet. Like, I'm a vet, but it's like still early on too. So it's like you go from kind of like, all right, like, I'm going to do what I do. I'll be corrected by somebody, where it's like I either correct myself or nobody's like, I have to figure it out because I have to be this example and I have to, try to lead by example and try to lead by what I do. So I can't be just out there doing anything type thing. So it's like, I think and then too, it's like finding the time to be aggressive and not be aggressive. I think I caught myself in training camp, especially having a lot of players like just trying to, like shots I would usually take, try to do that. But like, you practice how you play. So I found like, especially that first preseason game, like, I'm second guessing stuff, like passing this, like, you got to be aggressive type thing. So definitely just kind of getting a feel for that. I think I'm still working through that. I think I'm, getting it now, but it's just been like, it's a process. Like, like I said, I just have to keep giving myself grace and the team grace. Cause it's like, we've been together, but we really haven't. So it's like, we can be okay with kind of working through these kinks type thing.
Yeah, that 37-point game had to feel good though.
Yeah, it did.
Was it just
because I was like, damn, I don't even know if I can score 20 anymore. I don't even know if I have that in my bag.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how when you go through just a tough stretch, which everybody has them, everybody has them. When you go through a tough stretch, it can have you asking yourself those questions.
I'm like, am I washed? No. Am I washed? Can I even get to the basket? No, I literally I had to just stop second guessing myself because I'm like, it'll just really mess with your head. It's so crazy how like, yes, it's skill, but a lot of this is mental because it's like, you can be great and have these blocks where it's just like, you look like you can't put the ball in the ocean. Like,
you know what I always tried to remember when I was playing well? I wasn't thinking about anything.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
For sure.
I wasn't wondering to myself like, "Wow, how am I able to do that? All these great things."
Right.
No, you're just playing.
No, you're just playing.
And you like move on to the next and the next and the next. I always try to like remember that when I was in a little bit of a struggle because it can be hard.
It can for sure.
Okay, so when you look around the league, you're not washed. You're still scoring. You're still putting the ball in the hole. What are like some other what's like your top 5 favorite like scorers in the WNBA?
Scores like when they get on a heater. I think Jewel's game looks nice when she gets on the heater. She be hitting
tough shots.
Yeah, she be hitting tough shots. Chelsea Gray, when she gets hot, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's
loud.
It's loud.
Yeah,
when she gets hot, it's loud.
She hit one over Malunga in Seattle the other day.
Oh, did she?
Like late in the game, just one of her classics where she was like back and forth, and all of a sudden did her turnaround and it was a rainbow over Malunga.
I think I kind of appreciated it in Unrivaled because like obviously when you're in WNBA you watch it but you're not there, so it's like here you can catch all the games. I'm like, she's really killing. Like it don't matter what you throw at her, like she's killing. So I say those two. Marina and Jackie, I like when they get hot, especially Jackie because she's so quiet. Like when she gets hot, she can get going for real, and she kind of has a bag too. Like she'll hit some in and out between, like when she's feeling good, and Marina too, like she hitting everything.
Low key, Jackie's up and under is so good.
No, she has great footwork.
Oh, her up and under is deadly.
She definitely gets you.
And it's like a quiet move. And she's quiet, like you said, but she'll get you every time.
And I have to give it to Fee. I think when she hitting that fade, like, it's definitely tough.
Were you cheering for her in the one-on-one tournament?
Nah. That one-on-one tournament, I have my thoughts. Like
I want to hear them.
It was cool, but it's like for me because like I played pickup, I played outside all the time, so like it's just like okay, I'd rather them give like a 7-second countdown. You get however many dribbles. Who can get to the cup? It's like I got Aaliyah Edwards coming at my chest. There's nothing to do, and if she misses, she can grab it over my head and put it back. Like I want 7 seconds. You get one shot. If you miss it, it's the other person's ball. Like. Who can get a bucket type thing. That's to me, that's what one-on-one, like that was more cardio than anything. You miss, you gotta come around. You tired when you get to 4 points. Like
you guys all did look gassed for real.
No, it was the most tiring thing. Like I thought they were like gassing. They were coming out huffing and puffing. I'm like, golly. I played the first game. I'm like, oh, we got to stop after every shot. No offensive rebounds.
Okay, so so the no offensive rebounds kind of cures the fatigue of it all,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
It's not like a cardio workout. Do you think that also takes away the like size differential, the advantage, the size advantage.
Because some of us were guarding that first bucket, but if they missed, they grabbing it and putting it up. Like you can't do nothing about that one.
Right.
Like,
okay. All right. But did you have fun?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It definitely was fun.
You were one of the final guards.
Yeah,
you made it to the final four. Yeah.
It was tough, but it was fun though.
It was fun. It looked like it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. But you guys looked tired as shit.
We were.
I was cracking up on day one. I was
We
like,
were.
oh my God, this looks hard.
Oh, it was.
Okay. So changing gears like slightly. You've been an all-star like multiple times. 2 of those times you played the USA team.
Yeah.
All right.
Your buddies over there.
Yeah. So what I need to know, obviously I was on the other end of one of those. Tell me what's going on, not just for you, like initially, like what's going on in the locker room? You're about to play the USA team. Like, what do you guys, what's the vibes?
It's really chill. Like, I feel like everybody tries not to like overdo it. Like, oh, like I think the coaches are like, let's beat them. Let's get after them. But like,
I'm still mad at Lisa Leslie and Tina Thompson for going so hard.
Exactly. Player wise, like, I mean, the coach would ask, like, are y'all about to BS or y'all about to play for real? And like, we were like, all right, we're going to play for real. So I think both times that was kind of the vibe. But like, we're not more so like, oh, like, let's beat them because they didn't put us on the team. It's just like, let's beat them just because like, that's the team they pick. Like, let's beat them. Like, it is what it is. Like, just on some competition stuff. Like, and I feel like that one's, well, I mean, at least the 2 times I played, that's always the most competitive because it's like, you guys are actually like running plays. So it's like, if they running plays, like, we got to be locked in because they trying to, and you don't want them to make you look stupid, like, oh, like, these are the best players in the world, which they are the best players in the world, but it's like, we're good too. So it's like, we're not just going to go out and lay down, go out sad. We got to compete. You know?
I feel like in last year's game, different from the first year, the first time when I played, I feel like you guys just like had it the whole game.
Yeah.
You were kind of like in control of the whole game in a sense. I don't remember what the score was. I don't remember like the swings of the game.
Yeah.
I just remember feeling like, damn, like we couldn't like catch up in a sense. But this time around was interesting because it felt more like maybe even they had a little bit of the momentum and then something clicked for you.
Yeah.
So tell me what happened there.
No, literally like you're in halftime and it's still all-star. So at the end of the day, like you're locked in, but it's like, it's all-star.
You're like, I was out last night. Yeah.
So she's right. So she's giving her speech and then she's like, I'm watching her. She's looking around and then she stops and points at me. She was like, you need to be more aggressive. And this in front of everybody, I'm like, this is also what you calling me out for. Like, I'm sitting here like everybody else. Like, literally called me out in front of everybody. Like, you need to be more aggressive. And I was
she
like...
saw what happened in 2021.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, like, I guess you're right. And then, like, I just seen a couple go in and then it was just over from there.
Was it Cheryl Miller?
Yeah, it was Cheryl.
Oh,
she was hilarious.
She was funny.
She was so funny.
Yeah. Well, you're a All-Star Game MVP 2 times over because of that. So, yeah, I just needed to know. All right, before I let you go, I'm always curious about this with players. Like, what do you think about when you think about success? Like, you look back on your career and like, this was a success. Or you even look back on a season, like, this was a success. Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's easy to say championships, but which always like is the ultimate goal, but I don't know, like I've like the last couple years I've been really big on like my spiritual journey, like just getting close to God, and I'm really figuring out like I'm just such a competitor and I just care so much about like being great and doing what I think I should get. I should get 20. I should do this, and it's just like at the end of the day, it's really not about that. It's like, what did you do? How did you help your team? What impact did you leave in that year? Like, were you an asshole to everybody? Like, were you nice to people? Like, really, like, getting older, like, those things kind of become more important. And I think, like, the basketball stuff comes with that if all of that is good. So it's like, now for me, it's just like, was I a great player this year? Did I give my all? Like, did I half-ass anything? Did I, make an impact in the locker room, like, around people? So I think now that is, but the championship, like if that, it's like...
it's like 1B.
It's like 1B for sure. 1B.
So when you think back to the last, let's call it like 3-4 years in Dallas, you guys finally break through, get to the playoffs, you do it again. And then last year really felt like, oh, this roster, we're gonna make some noise. And then you get hit with the injury bug.
Yeah.
So you just talked about impact and all those things. And I'm curious, like, how difficult is the mindset adjustment from going from playoff team, like, man, we can make a run. And then now you're in a little bit of like starting over phase.
Yeah.
So like the impact that you're trying to have, like how do you view that?
It's just tough. It's just like, even like you said last year, like on paper, it's like we had Natasha, we had Satu, and then Satu tears her shoulder, and then Natasha gets hurt, breaks her toe, and then Maddie breaks her finger. And she really could have got 6-man last year before she broke her finger. She was doing great. So it's like, you get through that, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it's definitely, like the whole year, I'm just literally praying to get like a high pick. Like, I'm like, at this point, there's just no championship. Like, you can say it until it gets to a point where it's like, this is not happening.
Yeah, you got to be realistic.
You got to be realistic.
It's just
so
what
it's
it
like,
is, yeah.
I'm just like, I hope this is happening for a reason. Like, and then we get the number 1 pick, and then now we kind of going through, you know, what it is. And it's just like, really everything happens for a reason. Everything's going to happen in the timing that it's supposed to happen. Like, that's really all I can say. And like, really all that you can think. Cause it's like, you can't, at the end of the day, you can control being great. You control basketball, but at the end of the day, you can't. Cause it's like, everybody's good. So whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. All you can do is just do your best, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of controllables, what areas of growth for you personally are you like focused on right now? Like, where do you see your evolution as a player in those areas? Like, where do you want to take some things?
Probably just my emotions. I'm a very emotional player. Like, getting ejected, I've been better at that. But just like getting texts.
That one was a
like,
fluke.
That one was a fluke, yeah. But like, I'm very tech prone. But it's never players, it's
I like
the refs.
That, tech prone?
Tech prone, right? Sounds good. Like, it just happens. So definitely just trying to control my emotions. Like you said, like, I'm a vet, so I can't just be trying to crash out every single time because people are watching. And we have younger players too. We have 3 rookies. So it's just like, I have to try to be able to keep myself in check so I can keep other people in check. I can't if I'm, you know, going crazy in my head. So that's kind of a battle I, you know, fight all the time because at the end of the day, I'm very emotional. Like, I want to win. Like, regardless, like, what's going on, I want to win. And sometimes, like, that passion can turn into other stuff, especially when things aren't going good. So definitely, like, trying to keep my emotion in check so I can, you know, be a good leader, a good teammate.
All right, I love to hear that. Arike, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Just finished my conversation with Arike. It was so enjoyable. What cracked me up is a lot of times you ask a player, you know, like, what do you want to work on? Or what's the evolution in your game going to be? And they might say shooting or ball handling, which she did talk about when her handle got tight, which was back in college, which is amazing. But for Arike, it was like all these mental aspects of the game, right? Like how to be a leader and controlling emotion. So I found that really fascinating because she's in a spot right now where she is a vet. I don't think she loved being called that, which I totally understand. You're still young, Arike, you're still young, but she is one of the older players from an experience standpoint. So she's now a vet on this team, a lot of youth, a new system. And her mindset really stuck out because they had a tough start to their season and they're trying to build and they're trying to get on track. And you can tell her focus in handling that is there. And even though there are some struggles, there's a sense of calm in her and of, you know, a level-headedness exists. And you also heard the confidence come out too, right? Like you heard how she knows when she's about to go on a heater. But I think what stands out to me is all of those qualities, the level-headedness, the calm, the confidence, those same things she's showcasing now in a little bit of a hard moment, that's exactly what allowed her to hit game winners in college, what allows her to have 37-point nights. So it's really interesting how those two things are always existing for her in the moments when it's hard and the moments where she's killing it. So I really enjoyed that. All right, this episode is a co-production of Together and Vox Media. Our producers are Tommy Alter, Jason Gallagher, Richie Bozek, Harry Krinsky, Jess Clarendon, and Jasmine Ellis. And a special shout out to Ramon Dompour for production support.